We'll now get started on customizing the contact page of the Rejuve Complete Website Kit. So the first thing you're going to want to do is if you want to change out this placeholder image, you'll click on the module settings and then just click in the image and then drag and drop or select the file. And then let's go ahead and click over to the Design tab, Box Shadow, and we'll change out this color of the box shadow here. You don't have to do Find and Replace because there are no other box shadows on this page with a color. So click the Save button when you're done. Go ahead and you can change out this placeholder content here and then scroll down. So one of the things is if you have, we have the styling guide and we set some of the preset styles in there. If you end up coming to a page and you find that it's just not working, you don't want to change out every single preset, you can do the extend, the color, and not do the preset. So if you don't want to change out the preset, you can, like I said, you can do the extend color. That, let's see, under the Design tab, Title Text. And if we were to change this, we would click here and then we would click on the three dots within there, and then it would be Extend Title Color. And then do we want to do it to all blurbs throughout this page or throughout this row? I would suggest you doing it throughout this row. So once you do that, you would click Extend. So that's an option. Also, we're going to be changing out this background color right now, and so it might not make a difference to the title color. So there are two areas with this brown background color. So if you want to do the Find and Replace to set both colors exactly the same, you can do that, or you can set this bottom color to a different color and not do Find and Replace. So we'll click Change the background color here. I am going to do Find and Replace. I'm going to replace the brown with this slightly rosier brown and then click Replace. And then once that is done, you see both of them change. So I still don't like the color that's here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this gear icon here, and then I'm going to click Design. Because we did change that, I accidentally clicked Save. So that's why that color doesn't match the rest. I'm going to do the title text. I'm going to set the color that I want it. And then I am going to click the three white dots, Extend Title Color to all the blurbs, which is the module name, throughout this row only. And then click Extend and click Save. So then you can change out this placeholder content in each area. I'm sure you're pretty well versed on this already, but I'll give you a quick overview by just in the content area replacing the information, the title, and then click Save. This contact box, if you already set the styling in the styling guide, as I had gone over in an earlier tutorial, if you've already set the style for this, you don't have to make any changes. If you wanted to make changes to the preset, you could go ahead and click on Edit Preset Style, and then you can change out the way that every design aspect looks. So I'll just change the border on here to give you a quick look of that, and then I'll change out the field's text color here. And once that's done, click Save. Click Save again. So if you want to change out the actual content that's within here, you click on this gear icon, the module settings. If you want to get rid of any of the areas from the contact box, you can just click Delete. And then if you wanted to add new areas, you would click Add New Field. And it actually gives you field options. So you can put in the field ID. It's just a lowercase identifier, kind of like the anchor links, but this is for building your email message that's going to be sent to you. So the field ID is pretty important. So you just want it to be like one word, lowercase, and super simple. So if you were wanting them like an extra field like message, or if you wanted them to like products, like if they were asking for products, and then this would be what products are you interested in? Now you could change how this field is. So do you want it to be something that you just input information, someone types in, or so that's called an input field, or do you want it to be a checkbox area? And then if it is a checkbox area, you would add here more options. And if you want it to be a radio button, that makes it so that they only have one, they can only pick one option. Option 1. And then you could just create more options here, whatever you want. And if you wanted it to be a drop-down menu, you would add options here, and then that would be where you click on it and then it drops down. You get to select one. And then you could also do an email field if you they already have an email field up here. So that's how that works. So once you've selected what you want it to be, then you can change out. So let's see. Conditional logic is it's a little bit complicated. And this will be on the Elegant Themes website under their documentation, where you can find comprehensive documentation on this. So I won't go over conditional logic. So if you need it, it is found on the Elegant Themes website. It comes with your Divi download. It's the support and the documentation is part of that. So moving on. So if you want to change the layout of the new field that you add, you can change it so it's not a full text, so it's only half of the page. And then you don't have to make any changes to anything else in terms of styling unless you want to for just this one area. And then to move this around, you would just drag and drop it. So now there's two checkbox areas. So then scroll down. You don't need a title here unless you want to put like contact me. So that's the title. Success message. So this is when they successfully hit that submit button. That is what the success message is. So it's just what shows up after they hit submit. You can choose to have a redirect also, and that's found down here if you want them to be taken once they submit the contact form to be taken to some other page on your website. You'd have to make a new page, or a page on a different website. You would do that here and then put in the URL. Your email. So this is super important. You want to make sure to click the email button and input your email address, the email address that you check often and that you want these forms submissions to come from your website to. So this is what the email address is. Put in an email address you check often. And then down here, I already have pre-filled out the message pattern. So the only thing that you have to do with this is if you add any fields, this is where that field ID comes in. So I already have all the fields I had added, and I have, this is how it will show up in your email. It will show up exactly like this. And then this %sign area, this is where they fill in their information. So whatever they fill out in these boxes will be sent to your email right here in this. This will be replaced with whatever they filled out. So if you added a box, this is where that field ID comes in to important. So we did a products. So products is the name of it. And then this is the field ID. Whatever your field ID was, you put it in here. And if you forgot what your field ID was, just scroll up, click the gear icon, and then just double check in the field ID. You want that to be correct. Otherwise, whatever they fill out or whatever they click won't come through unless the message is in there correctly. So if you add anything, just make sure to add that field ID on there. This right here is so that you know what question you ask them. So you could put like what products. This is what you will see, so you know what field they're filling out. So that is what that is. The spam protection is if you have a spam protection service, you would put that service in there. Or you can use a basic CAPTCHA, which is this math problem here. And then that button should have been set when you changed out the styling on the styling guide. But if you didn't do that, you could always click over to the design button, and then you could change out the button to whatever you need to change that out to. Oops. So then you would just change it out to whatever you want to change that out to there. And then if you want to make sure once you've done that, just go ahead and let's see. If you've made changes to the preset, just make sure to apply styles to active preset. So that's maintained here, but that should have already been done in the styling guide. So once you're done with this area, one more thing, you can also change the text on the button itself. So if you don't want it to say, let's see, if you don't want it to say submit, You can say, click me. Let's do this. You can put whatever you want here. So that's how you do that. Once you're done with that, click save. Scroll down. This is an additional testimony box. You don't have to have it here, but the more testimonies, the better. You want to change out this background color here. Just click that gear icon, click background, and change it to whatever color you would like. And then once you've done that, click that save button. You can change out the placeholder content in that content area. And then this is a slider just like on the home page. So to change out this, you would just, you can change it to the preset testimonial slider. And then you can change out the information here and change out the testimonial. And you can change out the styling under the design tab and the image overlay. You can change out the border color. You can change out the text. You can do all of the changes here, but you already have done it in the styling guide, so you shouldn't need to make any changes to this area either. So once you've added the content for this testimonial, or you've gotten rid of it, you can just click the save and save. And then once you're done with this page, make sure to save and you're all done with the contact form or the contact page.